We made it to Arnhem.
Yeah, so far, super interesting.
Yeah, it has such an interesting, distinct vibe that's
We're
different than other Dutch cities. Yeah.
We're staying in like the naturey area, so we kind of like had to take like a bus that was like 15 minutes to get here. I will say, the public transport in the Netherlands,
it's so good.
It's so good. Easy, it's accessible. You can get anywhere, whether it's a bike or a bus or a train or a tram, like everything you can do so easily.
And it shows how many people use it. Like there is lots of people take the bus, lots of people take the trains, and obviously lots of people bike.
Yeah.
It's well used because it's like that is so thought out and thoughtful when planning the city, which is cool.
Yeah, and you can even get to like small towns in transit, which is like fun.
Yeah.
I get that Dutch people always go, yeah, but like the bus only comes once an hour or whatever. I'm like, yeah,
it's an option.
That, but like there's places in the city I'm from, Calgary, like the suburbs, like not even like towns, suburbs, like parts in Calgary that the bus only comes once an hour. So to me, like I get that that's annoying, but like the fact that you can have a public transit bus that goes to your town is like crazy to me. So it's like with everything in life,
perspective 100%,
yeah.
100%. We've spent our entire 20s being best friends.
We survived university together, traveled together,
moved to a foreign country together, survived long distances apart,
and made it back together during a global pandemic.
All while making each other laugh along the way.
If we've learned one thing in our 20s, it's that having amazing friendships is everything.
And we want to say bon voyage to this decade in an unforgettable way.
So, since we've been besties for the last 10 years,
over the next 10 months, we're going to try and finish visiting 30 countries before our 30th birthdays. And we couldn't do it without bringing you along. We're going to document the whole process, so grab your bestie and get ready for an amazing adventure. We're only in Arnhem for a night, so we're only here for a little bit.
Like
and this morning,
less than 24 hours.
Yes. And this morning, we honestly had a lie-in at our campground. We needed to just like have a bit of a chiller day and chiller morning, and then we traveled here this afternoon. So I'm excited to be here for a day and just like explore. Yeah, so tonight we're doing our first place. We're going to a food hall. I always think food halls are fun because kind of everyone can pick it, but it's a little more like elevated than a food court. 100%. And then tomorrow we're going to this open air museum. Yeah. Near our place, and that was like the number one thing people recommended to do. So far, also very interesting. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna look up some history because right now it feels very like old buildings, new buildings. Yeah, there's a big mix of time periods and styles. Yeah. They're playing a vibey Taylor Swift remix. She really is everywhere, and I love that. Okay, so at this food hall, it has kind of a cool thing that's different than other food halls I've seen, is you have a number and a QR code, and you press that, and then you bring up, and it has all the menus of the place, and you just order what you want, and then someone will bring it, which I think is kind of cool. So there was no place to put in the number, so I'm hoping the QR code made that clear. Otherwise, we're gonna be waiting for a minute. Or, yeah, I have no clue what we would do in that case. So, we'll keep you posted. Okay, our first thing arrived, so clearly... Cheers. It worked. I also forgot about bitter lemon and how much I love these while I was here. So cheers to that. It's, as it sounds, like a sort of like a fresh but bitter soda, and it's not that sweet. It's just so delicious. Okay, these are shrimp rolls. Let me put a little, I don't know what that is, but it looks good. No, good. Fresh. Fresh. So I think a pretty big portion too. They're not groundbreaking, like, you know, but they're good. No complaints. 7 out of 10. We're also gonna try. Is it going? Yeah. My bad. We're also gonna try a margarita pizza, and the reviews for this. Really adventurous today. Jumping outside the box, and why is every time we film a meal, it's very inside the box? Anyways. But also this one too is just like a lot of the things are closed as well. Yeah, and this place specifically had really good reviews when we looked it up. So of the pizza, yeah. Mozzarella. Jonathan loves a little accent. It is true. It's a bit cringe, honestly. I'm like Rachel Berry, tone it down. It's really good. It's a I'm just loving it us filming a review of a margarita pizza. let's describe it. It's actually a really cheesy pizza. It's quite wet because of that.
Wet?
Yeah, like it's quite, I guess, should I not describe it? It's very moist. No, that's not the right.
Give it a rating. People know what a cheese pizza is like.
It's a very cheesy pizza. The sauce is quite tasty, which is like in general in Europe. So I would give this like a 7 out of 10. It's hitting the mark.
I know today's meal was a 7 out of 10. But the vibes in here are cute.
The vibes in here
They're cute, but the food is not like groundbreaking. But it is cute. It's like vibey, a good place to
They
come.
have like a DJ set up here
Yeah.
and stuff. So I think that there would be really fun parties and it would maybe have a really fun vibe at night.
It'd probably be also really fun to watch games because there's a good amount of
100%.
TVs.
The drinks are quite expensive, so it's such like an elevated food hall, like we kind of talked about at the beginning. But the vibes are cool. I really like all the plants.
That was for you.
Okay.
Sometimes it's not performing. I'm just kidding.
There, this is better.
Okay. Oh, it's recording.
Yeah, now we're going. Okay, we just...
wait, before we go into the food, I just want to say what we were talking about is people say, get Jonathan's full head in frame. But I'm very sure there's a lot of distance. Somehow that gets put on me, the blame, when Jonathan's always the one holding the camera.
Well, today we are well equipped, baby.
We have a little selfie stick.
This is what it really looks like.
Like, I can't help that I'm short. I was born this way. The Narcissism clan were short people.
I can't help it either. I'm average sized here in the Netherlands, so it's true.
Anything like slightly below average.
Yeah, it's true. So we just finished at the food hall.
Yeah.
We had the spring rolls and the pizza. Overall, I think you have a really good point.
My point is, aesthetically, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, really cool inside, beautiful. Even, like, the bathrooms are cool. They have a really great, like, balcony that, like, looks onto the river. There's construction right now, so it's not the best. Normally, if there wasn't, like, barriers up, it'd be, like, a beautiful river view. So it's, like, super vibey, cool. I love the servers. I love the organization of that.
The way you order is cool, and I think more places should take that idea. That was really cool. And even the fact that lots of places were closed today because it's Monday and they could just not have them on the digital menu, like, brilliant. It's so cool.
Really well done. But the actual substance was, like, very subpar. And it wasn't, like, super cheap. Like, I don't know, the food was
more
very
on the expensive.
okay.
It was more on the expensive side of what we've been eating, I would say. And it was like, was it worth that 100%? It was,
No,
but
I don't think it was. It was fine.
Compared to what we've been eating, we've been getting better for less, 100%.
And that's just how cool it is. I wish that the food was better because otherwise I'd be like, yes, 100% go there. Cool place to hang. Everyone can order what they want to order. Like, it just could be like a really cool vibe. But it's like, I wouldn't really recommend people going to it, and I wouldn't go back just because the food was just like fine.
It was okay, yeah.
And maybe we didn't order the right places.
Yeah.
But we did order from 2 separate places, and they were both fine.
Yeah, and they were both like on a very similar plane of fine. Like
yeah.
they were like, yeah, they were good, but they were not pushing the envelope at all.
Yeah.
And they were not like doing anything crazy or different or interesting.
Which I like out of a food hall.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And I 100% agree. If the food had been elevated to the venue standard, the venue itself was super cool.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna walk through kind of downtown. It's like a 40-minute walk back to our place.
Yeah, we're gonna walk through town.
Cool to see.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I also have been loving how light it's staying late. It's like 9:30 and the sun is just kind of going down, but it's just so nice. I feel like you have so much time in the evening to enjoy. It's so wonderful.
Nice.
Let's walk. Wow. This kind of looks like the Adidas logo on a staircase. Arnhem really is a mix of where the city meets nature, because this is Central Station and then we got cows right on the corner, right there. We just got back to our little hostel. We're walking up these stairs and it's so sweet in this area. We're just outside of the city of Arnhem, but it's very clear that in this area everyone knows about the hostel, because on the way in the same thing happened.
And not in a bad way. They're not like, oh, the hostel.
No.
They just know that, like, if you're out here,
you're probably staying at this hostel.
Yeah.
And right now, a sweet Dutch woman like literally stopped her bike in the bike lane.
And I
and
was like looking at Google Maps, like, maybe is it up there? Do we go this way?
We were choosing the direction and she's like, are you looking for the hostel? And we're like, yes. And she's like, just go right up there to the right. There's a staircase. And we were like, thank you so much. We said, thank you, and then she was like, doeg, dag, like jumped right back into Dutch. But on the way in as well, this sweet, sweet lady.
Yeah. We had all
like,
backpacks
we had
on,
our
and we were kind of like, ooh, where are we?
We had our backpacks all strapped on, and she's like, the hostel, stay okay? And she's like, straight up the way. And like, she's like, you're going the right way. Like, they're just so sweet about it here.
Yeah.
And it's a very nice part of Arnhem, for sure.
Yeah, it's been very sweet. Like, it's happened twice. So I'm like, clearly, everyone on this, like, they're like, we must make sure those people don't get lost.
Yes, get them to the stay okay.
Another thing, too, this is just a side note, that, like, I think they do tell you this about traveling, but they don't emphasize it enough. I think part of traveling in Europe is just going upstairs. Everywhere has stairs. You're just always going up the stairs.
Always.
Always. It's like somehow I'm going up the hill and up the stairs the entire way. Like, I haven't gone down once.
And they're so casual about it. Straight up to the left, there's a staircase. Meanwhile, this staircase is 50,000 steps. Like, straight up the staircase.
Well, like, your hostel room is up the staircase there. Meanwhile, it's like literally like this kind of I'm like climbing with 7 backpacks.
Oh my god, it's so true. It's so true. We are in Arnhem this morning, and we're just on our way to the open air museum.
And I think this is the largest one in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and it was recommended a lot. So we grabbed a coffee from the grocery store.
A different one,
yes.
But a very Dutch girl went up and grabbed this one.
Again, we went with what people in front of us were ordering, and we said, we're switching to this one. Let's go. We just picked up our tickets. Very exciting news. We just picked up our tickets at the front. It was €18. We asked for them completely in Dutch, and then eventually we had to switch into English because I kind of lost the verbal script going on, and I was like, sorry, ik spreek een klein beetje Nederlands, which is like, sorry, I only speak a little Dutch. And the girl at the front was like, oh, do you live, where are you from? We said, we're from Canada, but we used to live here, and we have a little bit of Dutch. And she was like, honestly, it sounds very good. Honestly, very good. Sounds really great. And I was like,
and then I was like, stop making me blush. And then I was like, then she's like, do you want the map in like English or Dutch? I was like, oh, English, please. And she's like, okay. But she like truly was like, you guys are Dutch.
Yes.
And this is like the second time it's happened on this trip.
This is an improvement from last time, honestly. The Dutch has improved. Our Dutch has improved.
And it's impressive we've kept it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought maybe
we've been
gone
practicing
out the window, but no. First thing, the people at the front were not in costumes. But now I'm seeing people in costumes, so.
Yeah, it's starting.
Yeah, it's starting.
Full horses, so it's right. Anyway, of course, when you go out, you're still here, but when we work here every day, it's better. Yeah. And that are the yards where the others went in. A few are left, but in the past...
The man in the mill was really wearing clogs.
Yeah,
Dutch
like
clogs.
So they're in costume again.
Yeah, they're full costume, and they
I love that.
Yeah, me.
The theater kid in me loves a little outfit.
Oh
costume.
yeah.
But they were wearing Dutch clogs. So nice. Explained it. It is very interesting to see like farm culture here versus like what it was like for us
In Canada,
100%.
100%.
Similarities, obviously, of like what immigrants would have brought over, but definitely differences.
Yeah. Yes. Right off the house, there's a little barn.
I once dated a guy who was trained to do this kind of routine.
Iconic. Hi. Yeah, we are spending 2 minutes at each exhibition only. No, I'm kidding. A few more, but still, we are on a tight schedule. We're here to see, learn, and experience. Let's go. Okay, we stayed in houses exactly like this when we lived in the Netherlands, so we're gonna see what these are all about. A very ordinary terraced house. This house was dismantled for the building of a high-speed railway, and so it was completely taken apart and then reassembled here at the Open Air Museum.
This would be my dream to live in a house like this.
Maybe not these stairs. Yeah, if you're carrying kids up and down these, oh my god.
The kids learn to walk quick.
This is pretty cool. Wow. It would be so cool to live in a house like this.
Yeah.
This house just casually being older than Canada. Such a good like little day trip from Amsterdam.
The most like ideal, cute.
Dutch experiences and like Dutch history.
And the little house, like it's just, even if you don't go into a house, you walk around, it's like, wow, cute.
You can see the vibes, yeah.
You'll see when it turns into rope on this rope track.
Yeah, okay.
Look, it's spinning. Wow. Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at the Arnhem Open Air Museum and they have this really cute old-fashioned bakery. So we're gonna try a boterkoek.
And an appleflap?
Appleflap.
Appleflap. Really good.
Heel lekker. We had this with a coffee earlier on in the trip and we had to try it again. This does not disappoint.
It's like a really good like shortbread or something.
So yummy.
But like more buttery. And then this is like sugary apple tart kind of vibe. Really delicious.
Delicious. Would totally get both again. Should I try? I'm gonna try on the lower one.
Yeah, let's start low.
Ooh.
You got up.
It's hard. You better, I guess, pull up.
Oh.
It's definitely hard. Even an entire display dedicated to the little urinals. We're kind of lost in the open air museum. We're just wandering.
There's lots of green space. Like, it's quite
It's
beautiful.
beautiful
like,
to walk around. Yeah.
You could just come for like, an enjoyable, beautiful walk.
100% in the afternoon or something.
But the labeling, the map.
It's a little complicated.
Yes.
And like
just
on the map, there's no street signs, but then there's very distinctly like street signs on all the paths. So it would be like a good crossover to put the street signs there type of thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're wandering and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
We're saying hi to all the Dutch people and they're giving us kind of a weird look.
Some of them are saying hi back.
Yeah. Some of them are like this. Hey, we were actually right. Je bent hier. And we thought we were in this area here. We just made this long trek up. We just have this section to do. We just walked through the immigration section, specifically a lot about immigrating to Canada because after World War II, 25% of Dutch people left the country and Canada was one of the most popular destinations.
Yeah.
And it
Like
was
the
talking,
main place.
yeah, it said millions of people in Canada have Dutch ancestry for this reason. And it was just so interesting.
And the other reason too that a lot of Dutch people immigrated to Canada is because the Canadian soldiers liberated here. So lots of Dutch women fell in love with Canadian soldiers and then went back with them.
They wanted to go be with them and live with them. And it was just so interesting to see from that perspective of like a different country showing and propositioning Canada as an option to go live there and really encouraging people to go live there.
Yeah,
and
they were worried about like overpopulation in the Netherlands.
And the country was very,
to, like, go out there.
Yeah, the country was quite poor at that time in those years. So they were, if anything, encouraging people to go on this great new adventure and the sort of the promised land of Canada with wide open spaces and automobiles and great distances and things like that. So
lots of farms that are for sale.
So interesting to see that perspective of like someone selling Canada to people.
Yeah, and even just like what they were selling. Not a lot of photos of the snow and how freaking cold it is.
But lots of photos of the beautiful lakes, of course.
They were kind of misleading about how cold it is. But
just a little.
Like, I don't know about all places in Canada, but in Calgary, in like the co-op grocery stores, there's always like a Dutch section.
Yeah.
And they were kind of talking about that. So yeah, super interesting.
Super cool connection to see. We got some poffertjes, which are little tiny Dutch pancakes. We did have these when we lived here, but it's been a while, so I'm excited to try one again. And we got the classic flavor, which is powder sugar and powdered sugar and butter. And they just dropped off this speculate. This looks incredible. Okay, we'll try this after. It's a tiny pancake, but somehow the tininess makes it so much better. It's so good. The powdered sugar and butter too is such a classic flavor. It's just like the right amount of sweet.
People might go, are they just little pancakes? And like, yes, but I think a big difference between pancakes and poffertjes is they're slightly like undercooked in the middle. Like they're kind of like still have that pancakey batter in the middle, but they're really crispy on the outside because insert B-roll of like the cooking process. So yeah, that's a difference, but it's so delicious, so like crunchy and doughy.
Yeah, in a good way.
Do you want to try your other thing?
I suppose. And we got more boterkoek. Okay.
I don't think that's just what that is.
Maybe, oh, it's like ontbijtkoek.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know how to do. Oh, it's very hot.
Yeah, it's a hot drink.
Oh, slagroom. Try one. Am I in frame? Okay, great. Lekker man. We just finished walking around the
What's happening with my hair?
It looks cute, swooped.
It's like greasy front piece.
A butterfly just flew right in front.
It's a
All
little
right.
Mennonite, but like, what can we do?
We are in the olden times. We just finished walking around. Oh, mine's Hermione.
It's getting bigger by the minute. I'm like, oh no.
We just finished walking around the entire open air museum. It was such a beautiful day to do it because it's been so lovely out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check after how many steps we did on my phone.
Right now. 13,000 steps.
And it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yes.
so we really killed that this morning.
Yeah.
It was super fun. As we've kind of said throughout the whole thing, it is so similar to Heritage Park or an Upper Canada Village, sort of like documenting that like real life experience and what it was like to live during the farm eras and during different periods of time throughout the Netherlands. And it was really cool how they had different regions of the park that were kind of representative of different regions' histories. I thought that was really well done. And because you could walk through those buildings, it really gave you like a good perspective even of like a little town in that area and stuff. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed it. I think we both would recommend to come back.
Yes, I think especially too if you have like kids.
Oh, it would be
and you're traveling here would be
so
great.
fun.
But also if you just want some like more like Dutch history, like what was it like to live in the Netherlands? What is if you're only in Amsterdam for like a week and you're like, what was it like other places?
Yeah.
This is not that far of a day trip.
But
and
such a good overview.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lots of things, like you could check lots of things. Like we had poffertjes.
Oh.
They had frites and mayo
Yeah.
that looked quite good. Like they had Dutch pastries. Like
Yeah.
you can get a lot of like Dutch culture here.
Yeah. Even down to like you said, seeing the different houses and styles, and you see the bridges and the windmills. Like it really is quite an overview of like Dutch history and some Dutch culture in there.
Yes, and it's just like it's very beautiful to walk around. Like it's like very.
Overall, just such an enjoyable and so worth the ticket. We have to check again how much they were at the front, but I think it was only like 16 euros and so worth the ticket. You could spend hours and hours walking around here and enjoying. And like bring food in. People brought in their like broodie met kaas, little buns with cheese.
You could bring your dog.
You can bring your dog. You can bring water. So such an enjoyable day. I'm so glad we did this in the end.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Now we're splitting up. I'm gonna head to Maastricht, and I'll see you there later tonight.
Yes.
See ya.
Okay, we were in there also. So I got this skirt at Hema. It was on sale. And I love Hema. But to understand how much taller Dutch people are than me, everyone's taller than me, and Dutch women are exceptionally tall. She had this exact same skirt. It literally was like this length on her, and me, it's like a full maxi. So love that for me.